Hello Tacticians, it's Nox here, and the Shadowsun legendary event has finished. I managed to get up to 12,000 out of the 18,000 possible points and managed to get Shadowsun here up to silver rank 1, which is exactly where I wanted her to be able to take part in the live PvP draft tournament next week. I've also got her 2 abilities to level 26. Admittedly, that one that's at level 27 was a bit of a misclick, but I will be getting her higher up in time. So let's have a quick look at what she can actually do. The first one, the Exemplar of the Koyon, will mean she'll disappear and reappear at a target hex adjacent to an allied unit and immediately attacks the closest enemy target, dealing 2 times blast damage in addition to her normal attack. The Command Link drone will be summoned in the hex that she previously occupied, and it cannot be used in the first round of battle. Now, this is quite an interesting one. She has a movement ability very much like Celestine, where she can't really go anywhere on the battlefield she likes in the first turn, but on the second turn, that repositioning to a perfect place to let loose is going to be crucial, especially if I can get onto a higher ledge than the opponent and shoot down onto her enemies. The benefit, obviously, of that will be that the drone, with the Defender of the Greater Good, will also give additional damage with its ranged attacks, which again is a very good thing to have in the live PvP tournament. More damage is never a bad thing. So who would I pair this with? Well, with that Command Link drone, my initial thought is going to be Thaddeus, who is an amazing staple anyway. His barrage does huge amounts of damage, and adding that will make sure it does even more. Of course, Calendis will have a slight buff, but only having 1 shot doesn't benefit as much as some other snipers, such as Morgan Ra. The other thing that you're probably going to want is someone who can move 4. The reason for that is, if you have someone who can move further, it gives you more options to place Shadowsun in a better position to let loose a hail of fire. So, having another jetpack user such as Harken or Bellator could be very beneficial, because they will be able to get to almost anywhere that you would like to place Shadowsun and give her that extra little pip of movement to possibly grab one of those power-ups before she fires. I certainly can't wait to use her, and I really hope she's going to deliver the goods. Also, over the weekend, I managed to have a pretty fantastic 10 pull where I was able to unlock Abraxas, and I've actually been using him in the Onslaughts to now get him up to Epic. All I really need to do is getting up to silver 1 and get those skills up to 26 to be able to use him in the live PvP tournament too. However, I think he will be best paired with Yazagor, who I do not have unlocked yet, and nor will I before the next tournament. Although hopefully I will have him unlocked before the tournament after this one. We also have the beginning of a new season. Whether you purchase this or not is completely up to you. However, I would advise when it comes to the free track, or indeed the premium track if you are using it, is where you see that energy to hold onto it as long as possible, because with the new character coming soon, you can then use the energy you saved here in that character event to try and get higher up the leaderboard to get more shards for that character. Now, we only know so far that it's going to be another Space Wolf character, and we don't exactly know what it does. But the last 2 characters for the Space Wolves have been pretty good. So here's hoping that the next one's going to be good too. With this premium track, it's pretty much identical to the premium tracks we've seen before. However, what they have done is on level 43 is they've brought back the legendary Forge badge. Now this has replaced the previous items which we've got there, which was an upgrade item for the characters, which was at, I believe, an epic rarity. The legendary Forge badge is possibly a better item to get purely because you can now use these Forge badges to upgrade your orbs or your ability badges. The only real downside to them, and I really do need legendary Chaos Orbs, is this 50k price tag in gold that goes with them. They really need to reduce that, hopefully down to 10 for people to actually use those Forge badges, because I personally can't see many people using those Forge badges at this price. But without a shadow of a doubt, I'm sure they're keeping an eye on how many times this button is pressed. So if you want to see that get cheaper, don't press it yet. One thing I will say about the pass is I do think it's a bit of a shame to drop the number of shards we get from the characters from the 205 Azrael shards that we were getting back down to 70. Personally, I would like to maybe somewhere meet in the middle between the two. Preferably maybe around 130, which is what we now currently need to unlock a rare character. And tomorrow we have Archimatos' quest. Now, as usual, I will have a walkthrough available to do some of the missions. Maybe not to 100%. I've only done that once myself, but I will actually show you how to get 3 badges. Now, my roster is quite wide now, so I do apologise if I end up using characters you don't own, but I will try and keep it to the ones that are easier to get. So, how well did you do at the Shadowsun Legendary event? Are you looking forward to the return of Morgan Ra for his final appearance early next month? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.